Hey beautiful people, thank you so much for watching. Today on the God Vlogs, we are at the Concourse Hotel over by LAX. You can't see it. And we are at Sister Giant, Marianne Williamson's political conference, conference about the political climate in America right now.
You can't do no wrong. You can't meet me in the moment. She sit lying on the floor. I believe.
You're talking about spirituality, which is not religion. It's not dogma. It's not doctrine. It's the path of the heart. It's the path of conscience. The spiritual conversation, when you look at the path of the journey of social justice movements, the abolitionist movement, as I've mentioned, emerged from the Quakers. And many of the leaders of the women's suffragette movement were Quakers. Dr. King with the civil rights movement, he's a preacher from Atlanta, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. So when you look at the journey of American, the most progressive changes in America emerge from deep spiritual sources. Today's mockery of that connection is the historical aberration. So,
Like the sun, illuminate the sky. Isn't it alive all these years? Tell the truth.
So when somebody says, well, but this might happen or that might happen if you take action. Well, here's what's already happened. On the national level, we have completely and utterly lost our democracy. Okay? So everybody sleepwalking around thinking that we live, America number one, freedom, liberty, we're protecting democracy. Which democracy? We don't have one. Right. Now, there's a lot of good news, including the fact that we actually do have a democracy at the local and state level. I've been shocked at how much democracy we have found at that level.
Look at civil rights. Social justice movements never happen because the majority wakes up one day and says, oh, let's do that. It's always a small group of committed people. Now, real social change is not along a horizontal axis. Real social change is a vertical axis. It's less about getting all the people to agree with you on a shallow level, and it's more about getting even a few people who get it so deeply and stand in such conviction, and that's what really bursts forth power. We could have 50 people up on this stage who all think, yeah, we ought to get money out of politics. That wouldn't have nearly the power of 5 people on stage who not only believe it, but stand on it. Do you see you see the power in that? So, and that's the gift that you bring us. So we don't have to be intimidated by the fact that the majority doesn't get it yet, but we also don't have to be intimidated by all the institutional forces arrayed against us. And that's what happens when whether you see it in faith terms or not, but just in really an understanding of how the metaphysics of the universe operates. If what you're about is on the side of that which is increasing good, consider it done.
There's this idea that if you're spiritual, like you don't get angry, or you don't feel those emotions, you definitely still feel them. I think that, something that Marianne said this weekend that really resonated with me is if you're not paying attention, if you're not angry, you're not paying attention, which I think is true. There's so much injustice going on right now, and when you're a part of a spiritual practice, you start to realize that this idea that someone is separate than us, it's really an illusion. We're all one. Something that's important is to really listen to your intuition on these matters. Alright guys, that's it. Sister Giant 2015 just wrapped up. Such an educational and inspirational 2 days. I'll link a lot of the stuff down below so you guys can check it out. Thank you so much for watching.